Luke chose the waistcoat, as you can see from all the ladies here. That's 2, 4, 6. That's a 6-pack. but not only that, even my name tag was right. My name's Jason Guy, and I got Jason Gay. And it's nice to see we've all got doorstops to take home, everyone. And afterwards, we've all got the spit roast. Sorry, hog roast. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Serious now. Serious now. I must say that when Luke asked me to be his best man, I prepared a few lines, and now I've took them. I feel a lot better. Seriously, above all, I'm actually pleased that Luke has found somebody that he can legally marry. It's a great honour for me, for Luke to ask me to be his best man, and during research he said that the speech needs to be kept short and sweet, so and also during my research I looked at various books and websites for the do's and don'ts to mention on the big day. And one of the don'ts straight away said, look, if the bride and groom, when they first met, they slept with each other after half an hour, don't mention it. And I can categorically say it was at least 45 minutes. Sorry, at least 50. We all know why we're here today, and that's in Luke's case because he missed his flight. We're here to actually celebrate the marriage of Luke and Jenna, and Jenna, I must say, looks absolutely stunning, so a round of applause for Jenna. I must say, she looks absolutely gorgeous, and I've been there when they're obviously preparing for the wedding, and I went to the church with Jenna when we was going through all the motions, and she was there, and she was so prepared and focused, saying, I'll alter him. Business is very much like a marriage. Hasten to add that ours is a completely sexless one. And there needs to be complete mutual trust and transparency. And Luke, on a serious note, he really does have a heart of gold, and I could wish absolutely no one better to have a business with than Luke. So I'd like another round of applause, please. That round of applause was for me for putting up with him. You know that Luke has got a bold and brash exterior, but anyone who knows him as true as I do knows he's an absolute pussycat, so that's where the niceness ends, I'm afraid. Moving back to Luke's CV, before we became business partners, Luke actually had a job in a pub. I mean, can anyone think of a worse combination? So, Luke, it was a case of 2 for you, well, 1 for you, 2 for me. That was his, and that's why he's actually got so many friends here today. After his job in the pub, he actually landed a job with Mr. Kipling. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, so instead of Luke turning up at my house with sort of 6 cans of lager and a bottle of vodka, he'd turn up with sort of a box of French Francis and almond fingers. Until the cake police put an end to his exceedingly good career. But what Luke needed in his life was stability, and not that one of a bar stool. So I'm not sure. Well, you do know actually how that met, and it was in a chip shop. It was love at first bite. So they're Smith and I's meeting across an insect repellent machine. See, Jenna, they don't work. And I'm glad Jenna. Come on, quicker. I'm actually glad Jenna turned up because he's been chatting up the chicken on the skewer for 10 minutes. And before he took her on a date, he actually contacted me and he said, look, I'm really nervous on where to take her on the first date. And I said, look, Luke, you can do no worse than the kebab shop in Exeter. And for a minute, that actually crossed his mind. But he told me the next day, he said, I know I've met the one. I said, how do you know that? He went, she replies. appropriate place for Luke to use his usual chatterplane. Now, I've been there on many occasions. Picture the scene. It's a dimly lit nightclub, and Luke would stand next to a lady and say, "This is the God's honest truth." He'd go, "Excuse me, I've dropped my Porsche keys." and then the girls there crawling around the floor with him to find them, and then one day, one of his victims got their own back. He said, "I think you're dyslexic, mate." He says, "Persia." Once Luke had actually moved in with Jenna, he had to prove to a self-sufficient man who could take care of every problem as it arose. And one of the early problems came in a property they were renting in Burnwood. And just before they were due to move back and hand the keys to the landlord, Luke took it upon himself to go through the property and touch up areas of the paintwork. Touch up areas of the paintwork that needed doing. There's only one slight problem with this. A, Luke was pissed. And B, the only problem being that the beautiful lemon walls were actually touched up with magnolia paint. Like a retro lemon skin effect, and he still claims to this day that it was nothing to do with the 7 cans that he consumed taking out his handiwork. Needless to say, Luke wasn't in charge of redecorating the entire property. But once Luke had met the one for him, you'll really know how excited he was to be organising, not today, but the stag do's. Also, I was going to say, I'd like to thank all these people guys who come on the stag do's, all 3 of them, that's not guys, that's stag do's. And I'm looking forward to the reunions next year, the year after. Unfortunately, obviously the memory card got white. Do not mention the whip marks from that one. On a serious note, I've actually been married, so if there's any advice I can give to the happy couple, it's that I never knew what happiness was, what true happiness was, until I got married, and then it was too late. Now, on a serious note for those of you who are married, I'm married, you will never ever forget the day you got married, because I've been trying for a long time to forget mine. In fact, the only thing me and my wife had in common was we got married on the same day. We've got friends and family here today. Not everyone can be here. There's someone who can't be here today who's given me a special message. It's in fact Susie Wong from Thailand. And Susie writes, "Why you waiting on my big boy?" That's Susie. Kids miss you very much. Why you not send money? When you come to bang my cup, sorry. After a long time. So, as you can see, through good hearts and bank accounts across the world. And I know soon that the happy couple will be going to Barbados. And I reached out to him and said, "Look, Luke, where are you thinking of taking Jenna to for the honeymoon?" And he said, "Well, he'd like to take to Bangor." Now, to avoid confusion, that is a seaside town in North Wales. Now, I'd like to finish by raising a toast to the happy couple. He said French, so bon sens vous faites? So may I wish Luke and Jenna many years of happiness, laughs and selective hearing. Marriage is precious and it's